welcome to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Tail Spinner, and this is our morning show, Tales Over Coffee, where we awake to a hopefully blessed day with a coffee and a narrative game. Now, you may recognise that that is not the sound of our current narrative game, the one about the dystopian future of England or UK under the government advance. Well, that's because this is the weekend of love, in theory. This is Valentine's Day weekend. And so, at the request of a viewer, Mizo Ito, and forgive me, I'm probably mispronouncing your name, I've decided to run one or more runs on Monster Prom. And for now, the other game is not for broadcast, which will return after Valentine's Day. Apparently this is a short game to run through once, a competitive dating sim. I got it off a Humble Bundle long ago and I've never played it, but apparently you can do solo runs, so let's do that.
Sweet!
We'll do short games, around 30 minutes instead of full game. That way we can do one each day. Saturday, Sunday, and Valentine's Day Monday. Maybe we'll do a full game on Monday. Spooky High School, the sweetest years of our lives. Let me introduce it by saying, when I grew up in England in the 70s and 80s, I never went to a prom. Our schools didn't have proms. They occasionally had a school dance after school sometime, or a school party, as it were. Never a prom, and even the parties were rare. So this is my first time to go to a prom. Let's make it a monster one. Spooky High School, the sweetest years of our lives. If anyone tells you that childhood was the sweetest years of their lives, they're lying. Back then we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, well yes. Sometimes brilliant, we thought we were. Sometimes just stupid, definitely. But always willing to give life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Let's do different ones each time. Let's do Mr. Worm Guy here with a worm on his shoulder. Who are you really? Yellow Oz. Oh, I'd rather be able to tie. Oh, I can. Oh, and it's he. Okay.
All right.
And we had yet to experience the ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left as we fantasized about our dream prom date. We were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Sounds like my kind of person. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with his stupidly huge heart. Liam de Leoncourt, 4XX, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanour hid that he was a truly lovable dog.
Yay!
And Polygeist, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things.
What?
Oh, and a 6, and Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear. It had to be one of them, but who? We had only 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we had only 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their hearts. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were already ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant or sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start! What would be the coolest prize you could find in your box of cereal? I don't eat cereal. A sample of a more nutritious breakfast option so people are encouraged to stop eating the colourful crap. The phone number of that sexy tiger on the front of the box. He's so passionate about breakfast and health that he's surely a great lover. Interesting. A tiny piece of sharp metal, so every scoop will be full of thrill and danger. Now, my view of nutritious might be McDonald's or something, but it's better than cereal. The coolest reality show would be 12 experts of various arts of seduction live in a house where they must face a common challenge. Seducing a potato into marriage, somehow. People in positions of power must face all sorts of questions relevant to their field. And if they fail, they lose their jobs and society wins. That sounds useful. 8 rich people fight in weekly challenge to see who's the best at giving money to you. Well, that almost sounds better, but can we replace that with the take part in the Squid Game or something like that? People in positions of power must face... Yes. What would your dream first date be? Crimes? A professional meeting where you charm your date with some astonishing business? No. A lovely walk in the forest after rescuing your date from a dragon. A wild party in international waters. A sweaty and manly wrestling match. An art exhibit, experimental enough to give you a seizure. Oh, that sounds fun.
All right.
Smart's 11, boldness 5, creativity 4. We're very smart, everything else is pretty poor. Alright, so I guess we're going to the auditorium. That day while rehearsing for class play, it's as though the muses themselves have decided to give you a figurative blowjob. Adults only. This is marked as a not for children channel. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. Despite Vera and Liam engaged in their favourite pastime, a variation of people watching called monster judging.
So pathetic.
Do you see what she's wearing? Newsflash, lime green stripper boots do not go with chupacabra fur.
So mainstream.
At least she made a choice. I've already seen 6 people wearing the same Air Gorgon sneakers. We really are the lucky ones, Liam. Most people are just absolutely hideous. But even their hideousness is mediocre. Most people are hideous. But I have yet to see what the most hideous. I wonder what such an abomination would even look like. True hideousness is on the inside in your organs. A person with their organs on the outside would be most hideous. Probably most dead as well. A toned body, symmetrical face, nice features, because traditional beauty standards are hideously mainstream. Well, no, because they're boring. Well, I suppose it's... Finally, someone understands what I've been saying all along. It's not people who are ugly, it's society, yes. He means that conceptually. People in general are still kind of ugly. Everyone stopped focusing so much on society's beauty standards. Long fangs, tight wings, thick horns. And started focusing on important things like artisanal bread and the correct bands. Think how much better we would be.
Your one and only, Vera Oberlin.
Maybe then society would be as beautiful as me. Although probably not, I'm stunning. Never forget that Vera Oberlin was number 1 on the Perseus pamphlet's list of most gorgeous gorgons. You'd never forget, mostly because you didn't know in the first place. But hey, either way, you gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Our smarts are going well. Alright. Oh, we have to choose somewhere to eat. Oh, it's the Gorgon and the Mermaid. Why not? You arrive at your chosen table to find Miranda folding napkins at Vera. Do you want to know what this one is for, Vera? No. I'll take that as a yes. The rose-shaped napkin fold is for birthdays between the ages of 16 and 22. Her hands move fast as lightning, turning the rose into gorgeous white swan. By contrast, this swan folding is for first weddings, third weddings, and swan giveaways. As a fashion enthusiast, I have never been so bored by a piece of fabric. Oh, and this black swan folding is for weddings where you plan to brutally murder all the guests. Shouldn't that be a red wedding? Not very popular, the black swan folding. Okay, that's sort of cool, but I'm still aggressively uninterested. You happen to have some napkin folding skills yourself. Maybe you can spice up this interaction. You decide to show off your most impressive napkin fold. Fold napkin like so, it creates a self-aware napkin whose sole purpose is to fold more napkins. That sounds like factory work to me. This writhing snake fold is for when it's time to leave Vera alone and stop explaining napkin folds. Well, that's quite a specific fold. Under what circumstances would one use... Oh, I see. Damn right, you see, and notice my whole head is covered in writhing snakes. So basically, just assume that don't talk to Vera about napkins time is all the time. It's a year-round festival. People the world over celebrate it by not folding napkins at me. Well, it's not a very elaborate napkin fold, is it? You explained that what your fold lacks in complexity. It makes up for with the 12 ounces of cobra venom it can spit at will. Right, well, I see we subscribe to different schools of napkinry. I'll leave you two to it then. I mean, she's cute but annoying. I'd like to steer her away from being cute and let's just be genocidal. Your reward for running Miranda off is a one-on-one lunch with Vera. You've never felt so alive. Week 1, evening.
All right.
There's this. I know she's there. Let's see what's going on. Welcome to my little shop. Buy some shit. I have shit that will boost your stats, shit that will lead into you into stupid new adventures. Even some shit that might be much needed at some very specific moments, so take a look. I have $5 cash. A bag of regular cocaine. Very adult viewing. Good old cocaine in these times of weird experimental substances with horrid side effects. No. A corpse. Yeah. I'm selling a corpse. It's like some kind of fashion accessory. Not as if I'm trying to dispose of it. Too poor. Some impractical yet kind of funny glasses. No, I don't even want to read that. A tampon used by the former prom queen. You know, for good old blood rituals. Or in case you're just a creep with unhealthy obsessions. Don't even dare ask me how I got this. Could be good for voodoo as well, maybe. A sexy fake Latin accent. Why? The hottest thing is being yourself, honey, but a Latin accent is a close second. A blanket with 2 holes. Literally just a white blanket with 2 eye holes in it. You have to be an idiot to mistake this for a ghost costume. But most of our classmates are idiots. The gift that keeps giving. $0. See, I'm wise enough to know when a gift needs giving. That one sounds like trouble. A Russian novel with an insightful approach to universal matters such as love and death. Are you sure about this? You can always use online encyclopedia to get the general idea and still be able to act as if you've read it. Motivational poster. It's Bob. Crafting your art requires years of hard work, but education from great mentors, and tons of raw talent. But damn, that sounds exhausting. So let's set up the motivational posters for them, okay? A fake badass tattoo. It has flames. And a skull and even a knife. With this, you can murder your enemies, go to prison, make everyone your bitch, and then murder them too. And go to some kind of super prison. Serious cred for 9,000. No. Let's go for the event.
No refunds.
Week 2 morning.
All right.
Let's try the bathrooms this time. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give 0 shits but get 2 boldness. You spot Miranda and Scott in the vicinity. It seems like the perfect opportunity to test your new blanket. You wear it as if you were a goofy ghost and approach them with a spooky boo. Well, Miranda is explaining something to Scott. And that's why those 2 treacherous air people are the absolute worst, and also most likely tied to the disappearance of Marzago. Oh, what's this, a ghost? Perhaps a foreign exchange student. What are you talking about? Oh, gasp. I didn't see you there, so ghostly. You guys are joking, right? It's clearly just Yorkie wearing a blanket with eye holes cut in it. Jealousy is a powerful drug, Liam. Do not become addicted. Yeah, Liam. You don't see anyone saying, oh, Liam is really just a Yorkie wearing a blanket with eye holes cut in it. There's a reason for that. Exactly, Liam. Even despite the many times we suspected it was so. My classmates really are idiots. What? Oh, sorry, little ghost. We were ignoring you. That's true. Tell us, do you have any cool ghost powers? Oh yes, divulge. Ghost's main power is levitating stuff. Haunt someone into despair. You spot a victim for your prank, the Coven. You start running in their direction while screaming your best boo to date. What's this? Maybe it's a minion of Queen Nehelina. Rumours say she's preparing to be the big bad next season. Stop booing at us, it's hard as it is to save the world on a daily basis. We don't need people here undermining our morale. Stop booing! This school is unbelievable. Ah! They go running looking for a place to recover from all the booing and undermining. Oh no, what have we done? We made them miserable by forcing our little ghost friend to haunt them with its ghost powers. You do realise you just ran at them while booing, yeah, right? The only thing I realised is that too much ghost power in our hands has made us evil. We've got no time to lose. We need to start living lives of good deeds so we can be forgiven for this. You're right, Scott. Maybe 10 or 20 years we can be redeemed for this moment of weakness. At least you've led Miranda and Scott onto a path of goodness. Nah, this has been a failure for sure. Yes, that was bad. -2 smarts, -1 fun. Oh dear. Oh, it's noon, not moon.
All right.
These 2 again, maybe? No. See, I liked her from the first description, but I'm bored of her now. You find Polly and Scott huddled in your chosen table. If these 2 are together, it can only mean one thing. I hereby call this meeting of the Prank Masters to order. Prank Master how? You're a prankster and you fell for what I did. You were not a very good one. Present and accounted for. Chairman Geist all dressed up and ready to prank. Hey, how come you get to be chairman? Well, which one of us can throw chairs around the room with our ghost powers? Well, I don't have ghost powers, so... Oh, you, I get it. Chair, man, but... No time to argue, Scott. We've got to come up with a better food prank before the end of lunch. Oh yeah, okay, what if we ate all our food like a good boy? Is that a prank? No, Scott, for the last time that's not a prank, and I don't eat. So I'm having trouble coming up with another idea. Anybody else? You've been waiting all your life for an opportunity like this. You propose the ultimate food prank. Eat everybody else's food like a good boy. That sounds fun. Place all the food. No. Eat other people's food. You can do that. Well, I can't. But I can, even if it's on somebody else's plate. Even if it's in somebody else's tummy. Exactly half of that was right. Yes, but which half? Exactly. Oh, no time to figure this out. We got to prank now while the pranking's good. Wait, what about me? Food falls right through me? But you and Scott are already blazing a trail through the cafeteria, gobbling everything in sight. Scott accidentally eats a few people along with their food, but he politely burps them out when they complain. By the time school security kicks you 2 out, you're both totally stuffed with food and affection for each other. Alright. Evening. Let's do evening class, shall we? That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity of this high school. You gain 2 smarts. Then you realise you're feeling like going full ghost with your blanket again. You're observing your surroundings when you spot Miranda and Damien. You're about to get closer when suddenly...
My loves.
Greetings, beautiful high schoolers. It is I, the interdimensional prince. Okay. I'm here to rescue you from your mundane existence. Just sign these marriage papers. I'd rather not. Not this guy again. Look. Whoa. Gasp, an underworld spectre. Think again. What again, Liam? This is clearly Kick-Ass powerful ghost. Look at his face, so deadpan, no expression at all. That's because it's not a face, it's a sheet with 2 holes cut in it. Man, I wish my face had 2 holes cut in it. That could be arranged. That would be fucking metal. No, listen, it's not a face, it's... Ghost friend, help us, save us from this interdimensional creep. Yeah, do something ghostly. Boo! Not so creative. Yep, that was your entire plan. Ghost friend, we asked for help, not share your ghostly thoughts with us. But there's a time to boo and a time to act. I should never expected a ghost to save us. He's not a ghost, goddammit. You're not helping either, Liam. You leave the 4 of them to solve their tricky, non-consensual abduction situation while you reflect on your ghostly skills. Could it be that you're not a good ghost? The thought of wearing a blanket... Oh dear. We're losing out again.
Alright.
Hi there, cutie pie. I found this pro. I found your pro. Let's chat. That day you spent some time on the library's PCs, sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond such blatant scam? You lose -10 karma. Which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares, and you gain +2 money. Well, if I lose -10 karma, I'd be gaining karma anyway. You see Liam staring at his cell phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favourite bands signed to a mainstream record label. Or the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. You decide to check in with him. You know StartKicker, that file website where people crowdfund projects not good enough to get real investors? Well, thanks Liam. Do you not know where you exist? Well, today I found something of some interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another terrible overpromise that will be released at a decade after the due date. And in the end it will be way shittier than promised, like a toaster attached to a clock. A toaster attached to a clock? Genius! You've discreetly written down the idea for your 1 million bucks notebook. Let's see if you can beat those guns to the market. Guys, I think it was. But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help but think, supposing I was to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go? 3.85 billion BC, so you can be existing before it was cool. Everyone knows the dopest time in monster history was 1925, specifically... Yeah, you might like that. Ah, yes. I remember 1925, July 6, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. It was the dusk after Ernest Hemingway's party. Me and the boys celebrating at good old Pampaloma, drinking sangria like it was water. They even prepared a special batch for me, without those pesky little pieces of fruit. I almost never drink sangria because of those. Little pieces of fruit are the 8th thing I hate most in my beverages, right between floor cleaner and sentient milk that has controversial opinions on opera. When dawn was imminent, Ernest came to me and said, "Ah, Liam, the world is ours. We could feast on it forever." I told him, "You're right, Ernest, but remember, I'm a vampire and you're, the sun always also rises." And the rest is history. You are right, my friend. July 20, the best of times. Thanks for making me remember such fond memories. Maybe some night soon we can share a little piece of fruit-free sangria and create newfound memories of to time travel back to once in a while. Oh, you already booked tickets to those soon-to-be fond memories with Liam, and save the date in your phone. You get +2 chow and +1 smarts.
All right.
Liam's growing on me, actually. You take your seat beside arguably the two coolest monster of all, Spooky Eye. He's hoping you can keep up with them. Mira, are you eating manticore steaks again? Yes, and it's delicious. Don't you know the amount of cruelty involved in the mainstream meat production industry? Yes, and it's delicious. And besides, Liam, you're a vampire. Don't you only consume things that are dead? Well, yes, I suppose, but it's always ethically sourced, organic, free-range, and human. The human population is out of control, and eating them is the most environmentally responsible thing to do. You may have a point. I believe we've had humans have tried that too. Jeffrey Dahmer, for instance. Listen, Liam, I happen to have a personal feud with every single animal I eat. I make sure to meet all of them first, and ensure I'm devouring only the ones I hate the most. It makes it extra tasty. Well, then... surely you can inflict such pain without going through the cruel meat industry and supporting factory farming. Isn't home cruelty better anyway? You may actually have a point there, and if I get my hand in the pot, I can inflict even more effective and specific pain, and I bet there's a way to make money off this too. Hang on. Somehow I ended up arguing against my own interests here. Liam, do you want to find innovative and creative ways to move society forward, or do you want to oppose cruelty like every other weak mainstream loser? You can actually hear Liam's brain shaking as he struggles between his desire to be perceived as ethical and his desire to be perceived as creative. Maybe you can step in and help out. The animals you kill merely lose their lives, but what about their afterlives? Instead of letting their spirits go to waste as a byproduct of the meat industry, let's serve their eternal souls as a side dish. Liam, animals are already suffering from ignorance. If Vera wanted to increase their pain, the best thing we can do is teach them the concept of death, so they really fear their fate. Let's educate cattle on metaphysics. Well, I can't condone animal cruelty, but I wholeheartedly support animal education. I do like animals, but their literacy is my fourth least favourite thing about them. Right between their poor taste in fashion and simplistic views on German cinema. It's not the worst idea you've ever had, although, face it, Yorkie, you are known for having pretty terrible ideas about 50% of the time. She's not wrong. I don't really see building an empire out of private schools for cattle. But with my business acumen, I guess it's possible, and I can rest assured in the knowledge that I'm solving the bovine education crisis. Helping Liam helps cows like helping you help Liam choose to go to prom with. Or something.
All right.
And here... let's go to the auditorium. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you do a terrific job at acting. You act so hard that some of your classmates in the audience throw roses at you. 7 roses to be exact. Damn, roses aren't valid currency or a stat in this game. Anyway, you check your converter app to see if this could translate into something a bit more useful. It seems 7 roses equals 2 creativity points. Sweet, you gain 2 creativity. You could start doing something productive. Or you could put on your blanket and get up to some good old ghost shenanigans. You're looking for someone, but you run into the person that might finally see through your ghostly deception. Apart from boring Liam. Wait, what's this? Another ghost? No, I can't believe this. Finally, someone else notices. This is clearly just Yorkie wearing a... I can't believe it because it's just too cool to be true. Come on, it's not cool or true. Liam, I can't hear our new cool ghost friend over all your jealousy. So tell me, how did you die? We have to share so much ghost gossip, or gossip, as I like to call it. Good question. Time to improve a lie with another bigger lie. I was offered as a sacrifice to the god of party. Can I only tell you how I died on the third date? Boo. Gosling, no. Oh, I didn't like it. You were a sacrifice? Oh, boo. But the thing people always sacrifice is virgins. So you're a virgin, huh? Oops. You know what they say, die a virgin, afterlife a virgin. No wonder you wear that sheet. You must be butt ugly under there. Wait, so you think he is a ghost wearing a sheet? This is just too much. The only thing you notice is you gain some serious insecurities. Less jam, less fun. The Monster Prom! Ask Liam.
All right.
Are you kidding me? You've made my life miserable on a daily basis. Oh dear. What do I look like? A masochist? No way. Go haunt someone else. Prom night sucks. Why did you decide to ask someone to prom while wearing a blanket? You pretended to be a ghost, yet you're the one haunted by the ghosts of your failures. Who? Well, that didn't go too well now, did it? Most likely to become a lasagna. Possibly. Possibly so. Excuse me, coughing. Too much reading. We'll try another run tomorrow. For now, fare thee well.